Do you think everything ends when you leave a narcissist? Think again. That's just the beginning of the storm. They won't cry. They won't genuinely try to win you back. Instead, they'll do what they do best: play the victim, twist the truth, and make you question the very reason you wanted to leave in the first place. In this video, you'll uncover the dark psychological corners hiding behind the narcissist's perfect mask when they're abandoned. Why didn't they leave you first? Why do they let you walk away, only to turn around and call you the traitor? Every layer will be peeled back like unmasking a master actor. Don't take your eyes off this video, because as it unfolds, you might begin to see yourself in the story, and maybe, just maybe, that's the first step to truly breaking free from a toxic relationship. Hit subscribe and stay till the end, because awakening starts with the truth. When you leave someone with narcissistic personality disorder, you're not simply walking out of a relationship. You're triggering an emotional bomb buried deep inside their psyche, a place filled with toxic shame, fear of rejection, and helplessness in the face of unfiltered truth. Inside the narcissist's inner world, self-perfision isn't built on honesty. It's built on a polished facade, the mask of perfection, the ideal lover, the model parent, or even the poor, misunderstood victim. Every action and word they express is designed to protect that mask, not to foster genuine love. So when you see through it and decide to walk away, you're not just leaving, you're rejecting the mask. You're shining a light on the one place they've tried hardest to keep hidden, and that drives them insane. Narcissists don't process emotions like healthy individuals. Instead of feeling hurt and learning to heal, they feel humiliated. Because to them, being left isn't about losing a relationship. It's about having their projected self-worth rejected. They saw you as an extension of their ego, a supplier of emotional fuel. So when you walk away, you're not just ending love, you're stripping them of control, smashing illusions, and confronting their inflated ego head-on. At this point, don't expect remorse or understanding. What you'll witness is a rapid shapeshift. From adoring partner to wounded victim, from promising change to smearing your name everywhere, they simply cannot bear to be seen as the wrong one, because that touches the core of their deepest wound: lifelong buried shame. That's why so many who've been in relationships with narcissists end up feeling like they are the betrayer, even when they were the ones hurt. But remember, you're not wrong for leaving. You're doing the bravest thing: choosing truth, facing your pain, and walking away from a cycle that made you forget who you were. When your rejection strikes directly at the mask they've so carefully crafted. Narcissists don't seek healing, they seek emotional revenge. And their first weapon of choice is the victim role. Instead of admitting, "I was wrong, I hurt someone I loved," they rewrite the story with you as the villain. They tell friends you left them for no reason. They cry to family, claiming you were too sensitive, too demanding, or unable to appreciate someone who tried so hard. Sometimes they even declare, "I did everything for her and she left me." This isn't just a blame game, it's a post-breakup control tactic. If they can't hold on to you, they'll try to control how others see you. They'll construct a distorted version of who you are, all to protect their wounded ego. Worse still, if you have children with them, they might use the child as a manipulation tool. "Mommy left us." At first, it may sound heartbreaking, but underneath lies a carefully calculated script. Make you feel guilty, gain sympathy from others, and of course, preserve their crafted image as the poor, kind-hearted person. Meanwhile, they continue to perform the role of the moral parent or ex-lover. They might post sorrowful status updates, check in at church, share spiritual books, or even attend therapy, not to heal, but to attract attention, pity, and new sources of narcissistic supply. You see, narcissists don't grieve the loss of you, they grieve the loss of control over you. That's why they rarely end the relationship themselves. Instead, they set emotional traps, exhaust you to the point of collapse, push you to the edge, so that when you finally leave, they can tell the world you abandoned them. That's how a narcissist turns the truth into a weapon and turns you into the guilty party. But hold on, not all narcissists behave the same when abandoned. There's one type you might easily overlook, because they don't scream, don't lash out, and don't publicly smear you. Instead, they silently slip into the role of the gentle, misunderstood victim. This is the covert narcissist. Unlike the overt narcissist, who reacts to rejection with rage, threats, or overt manipulation, the covert narcissist takes a subtler path. They make you feel guilty for leaving. They won't send angry texts. Instead, their messages are soaked in sorrow and regret. "I prayed every day for this relationship. Even if you don't love me anymore, I still wish you happiness. I'm sorry if I ever hurt you." It all sounds sincere, but buried underneath is a layer of emotional manipulation that makes you start doubting yourself. Sometimes you might even go back Not because you love them, but because you can't bear to hurt them again. And that's a danger. They don't control you with violence, but with emotional guilt. They don't need anger to dominate you. They just play the role of someone kinder than you and let you drown in the guilt of being the heartless one. If you've left someone like this and still can't mentally break free, chances are you're trapped in this very psychological web. It's a sweet but toxic bond where you can no longer tell who's the one causing pain and who's truly hurting. So how can you tell if you're leaving a covert narcissist rather than someone who's simply heartbroken? They won't beg you to return, but they'll always leave behind subtle traces that make you feel cruel. An old photo suddenly reposted, a melancholic quote shared online, a quiet message like "thank you anyway for the time we shared." They don't ask you to take responsibility, but they make you volunteer for it, because if you don't, you'll feel like a cold, ungrateful person who abandoned someone who loved you with all their heart. Even more dangerously, they begin spreading an image of you, not as someone cruel, but as someone too tired to keep going or lacking the patience to truly understand them. And because they say these things softly, humbly, people around you easily take their side. You become the silent betrayer with no chance to defend yourself. And this is where awakening must begin. If you realize that even after leaving, you're still being emotionally controlled, if you still feel guilty even though you gave your all, then please step back, ask yourself, do I feel guilty because I truly did something wrong, or because I'm being manipulated into feeling that way? Did this person ever truly take responsibility for the pain they caused, or did they only say sorry to lure me back? Did I feel safe with them, or was I constantly walking on eggshells around my own emotions? You are not selfish for choosing to love yourself. You are not heartless for walking away from a relationship that drained you. What you need isn't forgiveness from the narcissist, it's forgiveness from yourself. For the times you lost your way, for the love you gave too freely, and for the parts of yourself you abandoned along the road. Now is the time to come home, to return inward, and begin to heal. You may have forgiven them hundreds of times, believed in thousands of promises, and told yourself, if I just try a little harder, maybe things will change. But you forgot one truth. Real love doesn't require bleeding to prove it exists. You weren't born to live in doubt, wondering whether today they love you or are manipulating you. You weren't created to shrink yourself just to fit into someone else's wounded ego. When you finally leave, they'll say you changed. They'll say you betrayed them. They'll create a story where you are the villain. But the truth is, you didn't betray anyone. You simply came back to yourself. And if today you find yourself sitting there, hands trembling as you hover over the block button, heart aching at the memory of their eyes, I want you to hear this. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are healing. Your departure is not the end. It's the beginning of a journey where for the first time in a long time, you ask, who am I when I am no longer defined by pain? If these words resonate with you, leave a comment, not to share your suffering, but to say, I see myself, I'm stepping out, I deserve freedom. And if you know someone still trapped in the silent spiral of a toxic relationship, share this video with them, because maybe, just maybe, it'll be the first light they've seen in a very long time. Hit follow, because I don't just tell stories, I walk beside you on the journey to reclaim who you are.